Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning to you all, and happy Monday. Monday. Greg Angello here with you on Planet One YouTube video here. Hope you're all doing good here on this August 25th. Wow. And we were just talking recently on the last video I did. I think it was close to the first or second week of August. So kind of crazy how time flies, at least when you get older. All right. So when you are older like me, um, time does fly. I know, like with my son Isaac, he just thinks that things are moving so slow. It's like, how long do I going to be in school? All day. That's how long. How long is my homework going to be until you get it done? Right? It's like, well, I want to do this and I want to do that. So, anyway, just wanted to come in here this morning and talk to you all about what's going on. I know that, as I said, I haven't done one recently, so looking forward to having this conversation with you here this morning. So, as far as work goes right now, those of you know that I've been with Southern Turf now for close to, I think, a month now, close to a month. I think my final week of training, onboarding with them was probably around the last week, close about this time last month. But I already have five projects that are in the books or getting ready to. I have actually two project installations this week, and I just got another one that we're going to set for after that. And I have two more proposals that I did over the weekend. Both of those are well over 20,000. So um, so far, so good. And we'll see how that goes, right? Looking to try to get some more appointments and all of that. I know we go out to the neighborhoods and, try to talk to people, leave flyers and things like that. Phone calling with this may or may not be advantageous. I don't know. Um, but anyway, got some communication from the people at the company and saying how they are pretty much happy with the amount of work that I've done so far. We're just coming in, so I think I'm like ranked number 5 right now in the region for that. But that's good. Very happy about that. So we have seen some changes. I'm going to shift a little bit to the real estate market. We have seen some changes in interest rates coming down. You may have seen that. I don't know if it's been broadcast on the news or not. I don't watch the news, folks. I don't watch it. I just get my information from other mortgage lenders and stuff that I pick up on social media from lenders and other real estate agents. So we do see a downtick right now in mortgage rates. I think somewhere about 6.5. I don't know if that's a stretch or not. 6.6. There are some mortgage rates. I don't know exactly which mortgage programs they are, but they could be around 5.5%. So I did notice over the weekend that, from what I haven't seen in some time, there were quite a number of open house signs going on around the Charlotte area. More so, as I just noted, that I've seen probably quite a while. So it means that maybe it's like a new spring, right? We did have a spring, wasn't very active from a normal spring real estate market. And obviously, that's because of interest rates and home pricing and our lack of inventory. But we're going to have to see if the mindset of sellers are going to change because they're going out, they're looking to sell. Well, they're not uh, buying a deal, right? They're not going in and trying to get a deal. Now, we do know when we're in a different type of real estate market where the sellers, they're not in charge of it all, so there's a lot of negotiations that can be taken place, right? You don't have to come in with full asking, and there's a lot of other concessions that you can ask for. So the buyers can be in a better position, which has probably been the case for over a year now. The issue is there's not much to go after. But the construction down here is insane. The new builds that are going up are almost everywhere. Now, townhomes, beautiful new communities. D.R. Horton has a number of projects. They're true homes. They're all over the place right now. Some of them may take at least a year to complete, a year to two. But as we know, as soon as the lot is available, you can go in and buy it. You buy the lot, and then you pick your plans, and decide on all of that. Now you've got your pre-construction price, and then you have your completion price. So all of that set forth in a buyer's in the contract for the builder. The builder, those of you who are looking to get into new construction, it's different. The contract is different. We don't use a general North Carolina buyer's purchase to offer contract. It's the builder's contract, which generally would look somewhat familiar, but it's a little bit different, and that's their way. They have their purchase agreement different than a standard for a resale home on a used home. Okay, so that's that. So what else is going on here today? I took Isaac to school. Now, I take him to school pretty much every morning. Well, I generally always do, unless he's not going to school. So I do take him. And he started about 2 weeks ago, and the traffic was really, really light. I have to say that. It was like a breeze. Like I can get over there in like 12, 13 minutes and get back, and I can drop him off like close to 7 and then be back about 7:10. Well, not this morning, because a lot of the schools now are back in session towards some of them. More of them are going to be going in after Labor Day, but here in the South, here in Charlotte metro area, what they call the CMA, they are running now. So traffic was mayhem from what it was last week. It was crazy. The road that we have that goes out from where we live, it's basically a two road. You don't have 4 lanes. You only have 2. One going one way and one going the other. So the road coming up to where we are, that was pretty much backed up for at least 2 miles. Think about that. 2 miles of backup traffic at like 6:50 a.m. So I had a conversation with Isaac on the way there and said, we're probably going to get started a little bit early because once the buses start going out there and then they're stopping and backing up traffic, it's just going to be worse. And you generally don't see the influx of new residents until school season starts, because once everyone starts getting back on the road, there's a lot of people are, their kids are home. And so some of them are working remotely or working at home, but now you've got everybody out there getting their kids to school or going to the bus and dropping them off and all of that. So it just causes so much more. And so this is the line that I saw this morning on the main road that we have going out of here. You can either go up or down. There are some other ways to try to get through some subdivisions, but it's generally, if the trees fell down on either side, you'd be like, we're just going to be sitting tight for a while. So at any rate, what was the point I was going to make? Yeah. So it's just going to be interesting to see how the mindset of folks out there on the road, right? Because we all know that driving, we have our own emotionals going on with us when we're driving. It all depends on what's going on. People cut us off. People jump in front of us. People try to get in the lane. Driving too close behind you. Those sort of things causes us or the emotions to excel pretty much. And so pretty much got to stay calm, because there are a lot more people on the road, and either the friendliness, I see less friendliness today than there were in the past, but that's just it. So that's why I always recommend trying to stay cool. Prayer is very important. Pray first. It may help for a lot of things, especially if I took Isaac to his math tutoring. I think it was Friday, and man, it was just all this traffic was backed up, and there was a big accident past where I have to go in to take him for his tutoring place, and it was just crazy. It's like that almost every single day. Rarely do we have a day that doesn't have an accident and traffic is backed up. It's just so much congestion here, and that's just how it is. So it could be like that where you are as well. All right. So on the other note is, I don't know if anyone has been listening at all, but I have been producing some music. It's just my own Planet One radio music stuff that I have been doing, and I put that all up on Mixcloud, and I really like it. It doesn't really take me too much. It doesn't take me too long to do it. It depends on, what kind of mood I'm in and what I want to listen to. So I've put up, I think, six music, we call them music mixes now. Some of them are techno based. I throw in some pop rock, some classic rock mix. And so I just finished one yesterday. I think that's probably what it's probably going to be. Sundays are, I generally don't have any appointments. We don't schedule appointments. I am open for an appointment on Sunday, but we generally don't see that. So that would be a day that I, spend an hour or two mixing some music and putting it up there. So I think it's been good. I've got a lot of people following now. It's how you are when you get into something like Mixcloud. They start following you and you follow back and all of that. So I've been putting that all together. And for me, it's also cool because I get to listen to the music that I produce because I like it. So I get to see how well I can blend music together. So the last one that I did, I just started thinking about some of the music that I grew up with in the 70s. And so Stevie Wonder was one that I really, really loved and really enjoyed listening to a lot of his music. And, I don't know what he's been doing lately or what's going on, but um, the album that he produced, the Songs in the Key of Life, was very, very good. So most of the music that is out there stem from that album and from that recording. So I put a whole blend together of Stevie Wonder. Some of it is from the Songs of the Key of Life, but also there was a techno uh, integration beats on some of those same songs. And as well, I added some other music from Jim Morrison and the Doors, right? Riders on the Storm and LA Woman. And so there, I put together a mesh between Michael Jackson and Jim Morrison together, blending two of their songs together. And then I went through all of that, started with Stevie Wonder, went through the Doors, Michael Jackson, and then on the back end came back out with Stevie Wonder. So I thought it was pretty good. So if you haven't checked it out, please do. You can go on Mixcloud and look at Planet One Radio, and you'll find me. You could also look on my Facebook page. I have the Planet One Facebook that I posted, as well as my personal Facebook page. I don't put these things up on YouTube. Won't be allowed to I'll get canned if I put those up there. So we won't be putting those up on YouTube. This video will be up on YouTube once I get it all done and we get it out there. And appreciate it. I know that I don't put a lot of props into these videos. That's probably one of the reasons why I don't get a lot of shares or get a lot of views and all of that, and that's fine. I'm not really all that concerned about it, but I am thinking about maybe doing some prop style videos if I do have time. I think I'm going to be getting a little bit more busier now as summer now is winding down. And as I mentioned before, looking to get streamed back into real estate as well. Now, I have another opportunity with a company that works exclusively with new builders and walking the buyers at the time of their closing, walking them through their properties. It's a unique situation there. A lot of it is done in New York, and it's being branched out here in the Charlotte market. So we walk our customers through, or the buyers who purchased the home through the builder, and then I work for a third party company who does that, takes them through that process and lets them know what things are covered and what's not covered and anything else that they were looking for during their purchase. And so I get paid for that, which would be interesting, which would give me another opportunity to meet more people because I think I've been at 3 appointments on turfs that are new construction. So I actually just went out to one on Friday. I think it was Friday. And this is it's out in Indian Land. So there's a little weird corner in North Carolina where South Carolina meets. It's Indian Land area. And apparently the gentleman is he said that he was one of the coaching assistants for the Charlotte Hornets, which is their professional basketball team. And he spent some time in Michigan State and he worked under Tom Izzo. So we had that conversation. So I built a bit of a rapport with that because one, I saw his phone number was in Florida, and so we talked a little bit about that. But then he said he was in Michigan, and then boom, when he talked about Michigan State, that kind of like put it all together. And so we're working together on this project. It's all brand new now. So what's there he doesn't want, right? He really didn't want the turf that was laid. He didn't want all of that stuff down there. He doesn't want a infiltration, a water sprinkler system. I mean, that's going to cost probably almost as much as the turf, but he's got a lot of area there. He's got like well over, I think, close to over 2,000 square feet. So I told him that once you figure out if you're going to do fencing, he talked about doing an enclosure of fencing and then some rock bedding. I gave him some ideas for rock bedding and other landscaping. Then we can put the turf in there because otherwise it's just going to be just a rectangle square. So I gave him some ideas, some photos of other projects that we have done in the past that is going to really make it look sharp when you have the angles and curves and all of that. That really sets out the backyard, especially if it's going to be enclosed. So it's going to give it some definition. That's the way they looked at it. So it's just like, you take a blank canvas and you build upon it, drawing it. So I told him right now we have a blank canvas and we have to create it. So now we can do a rendering for this customer. I don't know if he wants to do it price wise. He may not be there. We have to be, I think, north of 20 grand. I mean, he may be there, but right now he's going to talk about what type of fencing he wants to put in and landscaping. So I told him that once you've got that figured out, then we'll come back and have that conversation. So I think that's going to do it for me. I appreciate you all very much. And we all know that summer is winding down now. It's a little bit more hectic. People have gotten back into possibly their rhythms of work and what you're doing. There's a lot more expenses that we're dealing with, right? You've got kids. A lot of you had to go out and get all the supplies for schools because schools don't provide those things anymore for the kids like when we were growing up. I really can't remember if my parents bought anything for us. Maybe other than clothes that we needed for school, but I don't really believe that we had to go out to, probably at that time was Kmart or something like that. Kresge's, I think, to get maybe supplies if we needed some paper and a pen, and maybe not even a pen, maybe a pencil. I don't even know if we had number two pencils back then, but there wasn't really much we had. We just had a desk, and we just showed up and sat down, and we listened. Today's a lot different. Isaac has a locker, like a lot of kids do, and we had to get him a new backpack. We had to get all these new supplies for him, all this writing stuff for him, everything else. Last year, fourth grade was really, I think it was kind of tough for him because he had to carry everything with him, all of his books. And I was like, listen, we're paying tuition for the school. You don't tell me that the kid got no place to put his books. He's got to take them back and forth every day to school. I mean, it's like working out, carrying all that stuff. It's a little bit different this year, but we had to get him a bigger book bag to carry all of this stuff. So I think the fifth grade is going to be less problematic for him as far as the amount of homework he's going to need. Plus, I think he pretty much gets it now, things that are going on, and his math is improving. So we are very grateful for that. Because we had to pay for the tutoring too. So there's all these new expenses that we have, especially coming up the end of the year. People going back to school, people going back to work, clothes being purchased, all of those supplies are getting done, and then everything else that we do to live all comes new, right? Mortgage payments and insurance payments, and everything goes up and up and up. And it's not easy for everybody. It really, really isn't. So this Sunday at our worship, I'll just wrap it up right here, that we had the whole presentation and the sermon this Sunday was on Psalm 61, which is very, very interesting. So I may put that up on my Facebook post for you, and you can read it. But it is really about those of us that are struggling and going through a lot. Basically, knowing that the Lord is going to be there for us. One thing I posted on my Facebook on Sunday is that when we're going through trials, when we're going through suffering, we're going through, could be anything, financial issues, family issues, loss of family, parents, siblings, separations. that when we go to the Lord for help, he doesn't send somebody else. It's not second string, someone from the back office, see who's available. He comes himself. So he answers and comes forward. So that's a way to look at what a great, beautiful God that we have who comes directly to us in our time of need. All right. So that's what I got for you. Appreciate you all very much. Greg Angello, Planet One Radio. Check us out on Mixcloud for the music, and we'll be talking to you real soon. Have a great day and hope to see you real soon. Take care.